on the centres, Joe Schmidt had a mild dig and said they were the Southern Hemisphere centre partnership. Have you seen any of that stuff? And there's quite a lot of people in the comment section talking about the foreign-born guys. Do you have to kind of protect those lads from that? Because it's a bit unfair, isn't it, to question their commitment and all that?
Well, I don't know if they're questioning their commitment because you'd argue that their journey and how committed they've been to their country, whether that Scotland, Ireland, England or Wales, and how they've got here, is everyone's earned the right to pull on the Lions jersey. I think it's just to get people like yourself to ask us a question, to get away from anything that is a hell of a lot more important. To a man, incredibly proud to be here, and we've not talked about anything to do with what your background is and how you've got here, just what sort of player are you, what sort of man are you, and we've got great men and great players.
I know you're concentrating on Friday, but when you get to Australia, it does, as Maka was saying, seem like some of the franchise teams are going to have Wallabies available. Is that just great for the whole tour, that those games are as fully loaded as they can be, and helps with your prep? And
yeah, no, we want to be tested. We test each other in training. You want to be tested on a Saturday night. So whatever comes, we'll be tested because we'll be pushing ourselves. So whatever team, whatever players do or don't play, it'll be a test because we expect incredibly high standards of each other. And I think Andy talked around, it's about impressing the people sat in the stands, who are sat in the room with you in the changing room, and we've got a few weeks to impress each other.
Richard, when you talk about the pace and power of this team, have you actually ever worked with arguably a bigger backline than what's going to?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's. I've obviously played and coached some incredibly talented teams, but yeah, it's got to be right up there. So looking forward to seeing it go.
And the combination between Marcus and Ben, obviously we saw in the stages with England, you were with them.
Yeah.
How's that gone with the sort of Lions jersey, and what are you expecting from them?
Yeah, they get on really well off the field, so natural connection. But we're looking for that connection on the field. We know what they both see and execute in space really well. So it's not just. I don't think it's ever just two players connecting. It's the whole thing, which is obviously the first test of that tomorrow. And the challenge of a Lions tour is how quickly you can get cohesive, get on the same page, and we'll find out tomorrow night. We'll see loads of good stuff, and we'll see loads of stuff that we want to. We've got a few weeks to get better at.
When you talk about cohesion and getting up to speed quickly, there's 9 English lads starting. Do you think that's going to be a big help?
Yeah. I'm sure any partnership you have with anyone is probably a bit of an intangible, to be honest, in terms of you can't. It'll be this, that, because it's a whole new calling system. It is the Lions way of playing. So the cohesion will take time in the Lions environment, but you know that Finn Smith and Tommy Freeman have got a great connection in terms of finding each other and knowing where each other are. But that's in Northampton, England. This is Lions, so we want them to find those connections quickly in a Lions shirt.
And just lastly, what do you want to see from this Lions backline? If you could talk about like, maybe some of the defining characteristics you want to see from the back.
Oh well, as we said, the backline and the players we've got can do everything. So every game is different. We want them to be like an all-court backline who can go through or around you. So we're going to have to create some space. We're going to have to see that and then execute on the back of it. We don't want to put too many limits on it, on the group and what we will see or what we might see, because it's pretty exciting who we've got in the room of how far it can go, how exciting this backline can be, how exciting this attack can be. So I don't want to put too many limits on them at this stage and what we want to see. We want to see the absolute best of them. I want to see the best of them, that you've earned this shot to put this red shirt on and that you feel like we have put something together where you can go and show your talents with your mates in a Lions shirt and show the best of yourself.
Richard, you would have played against Johnny Sexton in your career. What are your first impressions of him as a coach, and is he different to maybe the player that you came?
Yeah, a bit different. We haven't been a good slagging. It was. I've really enjoyed him. Yeah. So, yeah, very different than what he was in the field, but I'm maybe similar, but without the extreme. If Johnny was on the field and off it, we've had a good few debates about some matchups we had. So, no, we've had some good fun talking about it. So. But really enjoying working with him. Obviously, great knowledge, good eye for what's going on, and just wants to help like we all do.
Can you give us an idea of the balance, like how yourself, Johnny, Andrew Goodman, obviously Andy will have a say in the attack as well. How is all that working in terms of your individual roles?
Well, I think Faz had said straight away that he wanted it to be as connected and cohesive as possible. So everything's put on the table, really discussed, and then try and come up with the best solution and the best help for the lads. We've all obviously got our little individual responsibilities that you'll come up with and check them with each other, but I'm enjoying it immensely, how connected it is and how much we're trying to help each other and learn. So it's definitely been a fun part so far.
Do you find out, Richard, give us a bit of insight to how Marrow's led the side in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, as you'd expect, brilliantly stepped up to very thoughtful about what he's going to say, very intuitive about what the group might need. So you've done a great job so far. Real test is always tomorrow when the heat is on, but he's done it now a fair few times and come out with shining colours. So we fully expect the same again, but he's been brilliant as expected. And not just him, he's had plenty of support, which is another strength of his, is that he doesn't all have to be him having last word and him pushing. He's more than happy to get help along the way.
He spoke quite. He spoke about the sort of feeling of the shirt he had 8 years ago when he pulled it on the first time. Has he conveyed that to the rest of the players?
I don't know. They've had a few meetings just as players and stuff. I know. So don't know what's gone on with them. So we'd have to ask him.
Just to kind of add to that, how have you felt his run with London as captain now has kind of elevated him to be ready for this role and the weight it holds?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Just about Maro, about how he's now with the England captaincy and having that throughout the Six Nations for the first time. How do you feel like that's elevated him for this responsibility as he's come to the match day?
Yeah, and it won't be just that. It'll be how he's worked over the number of years, and he's incredibly observant and takes information in well. So it's like he's been getting ready for this for a long time.
Richard, just jump back to the coaching thing. The players always talk about the chats they have are kind of elevated. They see things from different perspectives. Is the same true of the coaches?
Yeah, definitely. From our perspective of learning from all the different coaches and the little things that you see differently, all incredibly interesting on the back of it. So I've been absolutely loving that part of it.
Obviously, there are quite a few Irish coaches. Are you able to drill down on things that you might have looked at in their game and wondered why or what way they do so?
Well, they've been pretty successful, haven't they? So I've not been drilling them too much on what they do or don't do.
Richard, I think you said the Lions way. I think is how you described it. I guess everyone can't wait to see that. The fans, ourselves. But I don't know, from what you're trying to put together, does it excite you? Like, is it unique? What you're trying?
Yeah, I think the Lions way will find itself to ultimately go and try and win a Test series, because you can have this is what we want it to look like, but if it's all on the line in the third Test and it's raining, it's going to look different. It's like the Lions way is us being the best prepared we can, as connected as possible, having all the bases covered that this incredibly talented group can go perform whatever the circumstances, whatever the context of that game, because we want to come out with a successful tour both on and off the field.
Richard, can I just check something? When the assistants were in that name, you didn't get individual jobs because you'd all be doing different things.
So can I just say, so what have you been responsible for this week? What's Andrew done and what's John specifically?
I wouldn't like to elaborate on it too much because I think it's Andy's to do when he gives it out, and so he wants us all to work together. Got our little roles, but if Andy wants to expand on it more, then I'll let him do that.